In 2011, the world lost Bad News Brown at just 33 years old. The headlines said he was gone. The streets said it didn't add up. For a man with that much talent and no known enemies, the silence around his death was louder than any gunshot. Montreal didn't just lose a man, it lost a whole sound. On February 11, the city's music scene took a brutal hit when Paul Frappier, better known to the streets and the stage as Bad News Brown, was found dead near the Lachine Canal in Little Burgundy. Shot and left near the intersection of William and Richmond Streets, police found him close to midnight with fatal injuries, including a gunshot wound to the head.
The body was discovered by a couple of people in a secluded area of Little Burgundy about midnight last night.
But here's the thing about talents like him, they don't fade quietly. Even after his passing, Bad News Brown's legacy was loud. Multiple songs were released, raw, emotional tributes to the man who carved out his own lane in music. It featured voices from the very hip-hop community he helped build. Magnum, Jay Stalin, Cali Pop, and Mr. Fab all showed up and showed love.
Name will live on. No matter what is, we weather the storm. We gon' hold you down even though you gone.
What made Bad News so different? The man invented his own genre, no yoke. He blended bluesy harmonica riffs straight out of the 50s with smooth hip-hop rhythms and called it harmonica hip-hop. What started as a hustle on street corners became an entire vibe. But before the world knew him as Bad News Brown, he was just Paul Frappier, a Haitian-born kid trying to find his rhythm in Montreal. Yep, our harmonica hero was originally from Haiti, and even after moving to Quebec at a young age, that Caribbean spirit never left him.
I was born in Haiti, and I didn't stay in Haiti for a very long time. Most of my other brothers and sisters were from orphanages and stuff.
He bounced between places like St. Lazare and Hudson before landing in Little Burgundy with his adoptive Quebecois family. School wasn't exactly his thing, especially with the curveball of dyslexia thrown in, but music? That's where he came alive. Frappier left home in his teens, and instead of spiraling, he did something bold. He hit the streets, harmonica in hand, and started busking in the Montreal Metro. That little Mount Harp, a gift from his maternal grandfather, literally kept him afloat.
I decided to step out of the zone and step out of this thing called society. In my own little depression, started playing the harmonica for fun.
At first, he was known more for spitting bars than blowing melodies. He actually started as a freestyle rapper, but the moment he mixed his raw hip-hop flow with soulful harmonica notes, something clicked. There's a story he once shared in an interview that'll melt your heart. One night, he's standing at a bus stop, hoodie up, looking like every parent's warning sign, and out of nowhere, this elderly woman walks up and tells him how beautiful his harmonica playing sounds.
This lady out of nowhere came up to me at midnight while I'm waiting for a bus, and she's telling me, oh, my grandfather used to play the harmonica.
That moment stuck with him. His sound kept evolving, right there on the street corners, in the tunnels, in the metro. And about the name? That came from a fellow Montreal rapper named Misery who suggested Bad News Brown. Total coincidence. But it also happened to be the same name as Frappier's favorite WWF wrestler from childhood, Alan Coage. In 2005, his hustle paid off when the Montreal Mirror crowned him Best Busker in their Best of Montreal list. People started to realize that Bad News wasn't just a cool street performer, he was next.
So my name, a lot of times, is not on the flyers, but any hip-hop show in Montreal, when they see me, I'm in it. If they see me, then they ask me right away.
And then what? He took off. Before long, Bad News Brown was rubbing shoulders with the greats. He opened for 50 Cent, De La Soul, and Snoop Dogg, and his talent always seemed too good to be true to the audience.
Oh, he's pretending to play the harmonica because there's a harmonica on the track that sounds wicked. And then once our music stops and I'm still playing, they're like, he's really playing that?
And in a moment that probably felt like a dream come true, Nas himself brought him on stage during a 2008 stop in Montreal to perform Bridging the Gap. Like, imagine your harmonica freestyling getting co-signed by Nas. By the time Born to Sin dropped in 2009, Bad News Brown was done playing small. He wasn't just testing the waters, he dove straight in with a genre-bending debut album. Released under his own indie label, Trilateral Entertainment Inc., the project was bold, fresh, and impossible to slap one label on. But if you ask Brown, he had names ready. Harmonic hip-hop, or electronic triptonic melodic harmonics. Yeah, Try saying that 5 times fast.
The beauty of it is that it's the first hip-hop album in the history of hip-hop that features the harmonica.
Not only did it put him on the map, but it also gave a major spotlight to Montreal's hip-hop scene. Suddenly, people outside Canada were paying attention. From track to track, Born to Sin flexed his versatility. Intelligence felt like a love letter to classic hip-hop, with heavy beats, bile scratching, and this epic cinematic vibe. Then there was Back on It, straight late-night cruise energy. Smooth, sexy, effortlessly cool. Then there was the title track, Born to Sin, where he fused soul and hip-hop like he'd been doing it in his sleep. Production-wise, the album had fire on deck. He built it with help from a stacked crew: Hag V, Dirtwork, Parafino, C4, Made by Monkeys, and 80 Bergs. But Born to Sin wasn't the only project that got people talking. After the album dropped, Bad News Brown released a few other tracks that really stood out. One of them was Soul Clap, a bold, harmonica-heavy track that showed off his unique style. Then came Touch Her Body, a smooth, auto-tuned slow jam with serious late-night vibes. In 2010, he dropped Rain. And there was Harm's Delight, a darker, emotional song with haunting sounds and soulful harmonica playing. And the man wasn't just about music either. He had acting chops too. He starred in Bum Rush, a feature film about street gangs in Montreal. It wasn't just a cameo. He had a leading role.
I'm gonna break this down for you once so you understand. À partir de maintenant, il va y avoir de la prostitution ici.
The movie premiered on April 1st, 2011, heartbreakingly just weeks after his tragic death. But Bad News Brown had been showing up on screen way before that. Back in 2003, he appeared in a documentary called Music for a Blue Train, directed by Mila Ong Thuen of I Still Film. He showed us his favorite busking spots, introduced other performers like a proud big brother, and talked about life in the metro.
So you got the mirror, so you're like, oh. I don't know, me, I have fun. I really actually have fun doing this.
But just as his career was gaining major momentum, tragedy struck. When Brown was found murdered in February 2011, there were no answers, only heartbreak. His father, Pierre Frappier, and his manager, Henry Francois Jalot, were both stunned. There had been no warnings, no signs. The whole city was left reeling. Brown wasn't the violent type. He gave back to the community. He spoke to teens at Shawbridge, a youth detention center, where he became a living example that your past doesn't have to define your future.
Just continue. Don't let nobody stop you. Don't let no doors hold you back. Don't let nobody hate on you. Just do what you gotta do.
According to staff, the kids were locked in, inspired, and some even said, I want to be like Frappier. And really, who wouldn't? Frappier shared joint custody of his son Isaiah, and according to those close to him, he was deeply involved in his child's life. The most heartbreaking part, his death didn't happen in some far-off place. It happened within walking distance of his home in St. Henry. To this day, no one has been arrested. Frappier's funeral was held on February 21 at St. Ziltique Church, right in the neighborhood he called home. The service ran 2 hours and was packed wall to wall with family, friends, fans, and collaborators. Acclaimed Quebecois filmmaker Michel Jeté, who had cast Frappier in the upcoming film Bum Rush as a hitman, said Frappier showed no signs of gang involvement and didn't believe the film had anything to do with what happened. After the tragedy, Montreal mourned in color. A mural of Bad News Brown playing his signature harmonica was painted near the site of the vigil that took place in his honor. And in 2017, another mural went up, this one layered over the 2014 original, reaffirming that even years later, Paul Frappier